Well, look, I'm here with Aiden Hebert.
What's up?
Hebert or Herbert?
It is Hebert.
It's Hebert.
Yes, there is no R.
There's no R.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But on one of my billing addresses, it still has Herbert, but I can't change it.
Herbert.
Yeah.
We were watching. What's that kid's name that all the kids watch? Ryan Trahan.
Trahan?
Well, he calls himself Trahan. But
Is there a Y?
I don't know. Well, he went to New Orleans on this thing. It was like this. What did he do? 50 states in 50 days to raise money for. What's the kids' hospital? The big kids' hospital in Texas, the cancer hospital.
MD
St.
Anderson?
Jude. St. Jude.
St. Jude. Okay.
St. Jude. And so he's trying to raise money, goal to raise $1 million, raised like 10 or $11 million.
Wow.
But he went to New Orleans and he was trying to find a Trahan, and people kept correcting him. It's Trahan. Trahan.
Trahan.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a friend named Patrick Hebert, but we would call him Hebert.
Yeah.
Hebert, just to aggravate him.
I've gotten just about everything. Yeah.
Well,
Herbert. Hebert.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Aiden. I feel like I have the right to make fun of anybody I want for their name, or their
100%.
last name.
Yes.
You know, it's like, and if someone gets offended, like, oh, my last name's Dinkle, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay.
Dinkelberg.
Yeah. It's not, I remember as a kid, like, you know, must have been in second grade, and some kid started making fun of my last name at school. I was like, what the heck is happening here? Dinkle's awesome.
Right.
I go home, I was like, Dad, this kid was making fun of my last name. And he goes, learn to laugh with him, son. It's 100%. A funny last name. If you don't learn to laugh, it's going to be a rough time. And so, from then on, Dinkle, Stankle, I see that dinkle in your eye instead of twinkle in your eye.
What?
Dinkle, dinkle, little star.
Oh, my God.
Of course, the Dinkleberry.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
That's kind of, that's pretty good, actually.
And then there was a cartoon when I was a kid called the Shirt Tails. And the park ranger's name was Mr. Dinkle.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, great actor.
Yeah, great. Short. His career's short, but,
right.
you know.
But, I mean, he's really, really good.
He's a big actor, but he's a short man.
Right, yeah. But he's filled a lot of big roles.
Man.
But it's a Cajun last name.
He's
so
an angry elf.
Yeah.
Angry elf.
So,
dude, sorry it's hot in here. I was late and turning the AC on, and
I walked in. I'm sorry.
I took a pre-workout little pill.
You took a pre-workout?
Yeah, this is little pills. And I took one of those. I don't normally take those. And this is my second cup of coffee. So I'm like,
okay, we're wired. We're locked in.
Freaking out on the inside. You know what I mean? But yeah, locked in.
I've been doing French press. You know French press?
Oh, yeah, I know him.
No, not a person. Like the coffee.
Yeah,
method.
oui, monsieur.
Okay.
I know French press.
Yeah, oui, okay. Yeah. One of me? Okay. So French press, and I weigh it out. I got 20 grams.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. No, we weigh out 20 grams, whole bean, Colombian, whatever, light, blended up, coarse, okay? Then 300 grams of water, okay?
Oh, wow. I don't measure
4
anything.
minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes, let it steep, press it down, magic.
Impressive. I do like French press.
Yeah.
I do like that.
And if I don't do that, I'm doing the cold brew.
Yeah.
Just like the
You can make cold brew in the French press. You leave it in there, overnight or whatever.
Oh, you can?
You use the device and you press it down and
You just let it stay.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to try that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angel figured that out one day or saw it on
Pinterest.
Pinterest.
Stumptown. I've been using Stumptown.
Coffee? Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's
Stumptown.
pretty fresh.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I do like coffee, man. I like it a lot. This is Nespresso. Nespresso. I don't do the Keurig. I don't like Keurig at all. But Nespresso is super convenient. It's a little expensive, but it's good.
Yeah. You can save right now code DINKLE.
We ain't there yet, buddy. You can't even get a Circle K coffee by saying my name.
You get there. That's the baby steps.
Yeah,
baby steps. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm excited to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. And I just want to take this opportunity to get to know you, man, a
100%.
little better, and let people get to know you. This is all about people, interesting people.
Yeah.
Just hearing their stories, where they're from, what their passions are, what their life's about, even challenges. So I don't like looking at this as an interview, even though, just to keep conversation going, I have some thoughts. But it's just a conversation.
100%.
And so yeah, I, known each other for a long time, but never really got to know each other until here recently when, you've come onto our team here at the church, and which Angel and I and my kids, so many people are just so thrilled about you being a part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to get to know you because I know one of my favorite things I've heard you say, actually my kids quoted you. They said, well, Mr. Aiden said, what he does for a living is this is not a quote. This is like butchering it. Is he's a fitness coach, but what he's called to is the next generation, being a youth pastor.
Yeah.
And man, when I heard that, I thought it was so great because it was like that statement in itself was an investment in my kids.
Yeah.
Because so many people think, oh, if you're not in ministry full time, then you're not doing anything. But we should all be in ministry. We should all have that thing we're passionate about.
Yeah.
But our means to an end is different. You might punch a clock, check into a plant,
right?
Run your own business,
right?
Even make gobs of money, but that's not what your like sole purpose in life is. That God has called you to. So yeah, man, I wanted to hear about some of the fitness stuff. How did that passion start? I did get a pump in today because I knew I was like just like having to talk to you on a regular basis has helped me drop pounds.
That's amazing.
Like I make better decisions just because, frick, what if Aiden knew I was eating this? And so I won't eat it.
And the thing is, I do know. Yeah. I have a secret camera that I set up at the house, and I saw you eat that cookie last night. So
I did not eat a cookie. I ate low-fat ice cream. It was Halo. It wasn't the protein. It does have their light ice cream.
The Halo Top one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cherry, man.
Yeah.
Chocolate cherries like Cherry Garcia. Not as good, but it was good.
God bless America.
Yes. Yeah. So, but yeah, the fitness thing. So, how did that kind of passion start? Because you're from Baton Rouge, right? Or
St. Gabriel, Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Okay.
Most family from Gonzales.
Okay.
Parents moved down to St. Gabriel, so born and raised there. The earliest memories that I have. So my dad was a welder. Mom does weddings, so she would do catering. She would do offsite weddings. She then built her wedding facility. My dad, worked for just different welding companies, so like AAA Rental, the Rain for Rent, so different stuff like that. And so they'd either drop me off at school, or I'd get off the bus. And I was probably about 11, 12 years old when I was like taking fitness seriously. I was always skinny, just very lean. So if you look at both my parents, like there are great genetics. But I knew I had to put on some size. I was getting bullied at school. It was public school. And I was like, okay, we're going to do something, So I literally maybe looked up I think superhero workouts or something. It was like, you want to look like Batman. It was like, you do this one. You want to look like Spider-Man. You do this one. It was like, I remember doing a bunch of push-ups, a bunch of sit-ups, and I had a blue punching bag, and I wrapped duct tape around it because I would just hit it for 10 minutes or something. Then I'd go inside and eat pizza rolls and Progresso chicken noodle soup and,
Healthy diet.
100%. Yeah, that was the high sodium, so I was good. Yeah.
Bruh, so you were on the processed food diet.
Yes. The food was being processed.
Microwave was the move.
Yeah, okay. And a lot of Tonys, almost the whole can of Tonys. Yeah,
sodium.
Yeah.
That helps
so
with
then
retaining.
You sweat, and you sweat, but you store more water in the muscle or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. It's like creatine.
100%.
Pizza rolls or creatine, just choose whichever one, but just do one of them.
So 5 grams of pizza rolls in the day. Yeah. With creatine on the side.
Okay.
But no, one day, my dad was like, hey, man, do you want to come work out with me? Because Dad competed in bodybuilding when he was in his 20s. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you see that and you're like, wow, I want to be like Dad, you know? And he knows a thing or two. So he was like, hey, bro, we'll go to the Anytime in Dutchtown. We'll go work out. And so he kind of showed me. I still have pictures of me with baggy pants on, Under Armour shirt, backwards hat, wired white headphones, and I was flexing in the mirror.
This would have been.
I wasn't jacked yet. Yeah.
So this would have been 2010.
This was probably around that time. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was the one. It was right off by Dutchtown, the school right there. And so we'd go after school. I think 3 times a week and do just typical hypertrophy bodybuilding stuff. That was my gateway into that. So doing stuff at the house, then going to the gym. Then I started Hapkido. So that was a self-defense type art, you know.
Miyagi stuff,
basically the 3 principles they taught was to escape, control, and then destroy. in that order. Yeah. So escape, like if I can get out of the situation, you can get out of the situation, we ain't got to do anything, we're good, right? Then if we can't both, hey, like dial down the situation, okay, well then I'm going to control myself. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to make sure, hey, bro, you ain't got to do this. Hey, I got a family at the house, whatever. Hey, you got somebody that you got to get to, whatever. And if that doesn't work, then we do what we have to do.
Yeah.
You know? So I would do that Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it was gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Hapkido Tuesday, Thursday. So just a different way of fitness. And then it was even more motivation to go in the gym because, like, okay, if my legs are stronger, my kicks are going to get better. If my arms are stronger, my punches are going to get better. Because when we started sparring, like, it was awesome.
Deal.
Like, it was fun. Like, every Friday we'd spar, and we had the headgear, we had the gloves and everything, the shin guards, everything. They had this one girl, she always had great kicks. So how do you defeat that?
Right.
You get up personal.
Yeah.
You can't kick me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then when I would fight my instructor, obviously he's my instructor. He knows what I typically do.
Right.
So there was one time I flew, like a flying roundhouse or something, and I ate a sidekick in the ribs, like really bad. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like lost my breath.
You got to hate when that happens.
He was like, bro, you can't do the same thing over and over and expect me not to know what you're going to do, you know? So then it was like coming up with combinations. I remember writing down different combinations that I would do and switch it up, you know, not do the same thing all the time. But that was awesome. So now we're going to high school, so I could drive. I had a 2002 Jeep Wrangler, 2-door.
Nice.
You know, basically like the straps on the sides, like you could take the doors off, top off, everything.
Heck
you
yeah.
know, probably stuck 12 kids in there one time going to the movies. You know, me and my buddies. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was definitely legal, 100%. Yeah, but going to the gym, so my buddies wanted to come work out with me. So then at this point, like, I was interested in other types of training, you know? So, like, you're in high school, you want to try new things, more strength and conditioning, I got into, like, gymnastics, so I love doing strict pull-ups, love doing toes to bar, I love doing handstand holds, love doing, you know, stuff like that. And was still doing, I say, like, bodybuilding, like hypertrophy stuff, but I knew that there was more out there, so I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been a learner, always been a, like I want to grow, you know? I don't want to just stay the same, you know? Adding variety, you know? So then out of high school, so then going into college, so I wasn't going after school anymore. Then at ministry school at Healing Place, I would go either in the mornings before, so still going to any time in the mornings before, and then I worked at Gold's Gym, so I'd work there 4 to 10, so then I sometimes work out after 10, you know? So at that point, I was doing like a mix of everything. You know, I was doing a little bit of bodybuilding, a little bit of strength and conditioning, a little bit of functional training, a little bit of gymnastics. And then I found CrossFit in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich Froning came and spoke at the church. And I saw that, and I was like, okay, it's more than just like sucky workouts. Like there's a why behind the what.
Right.
You know, you can give this to God, you know, and honor him with it. And it was just a very effective training style. So I did that, competed in CrossFit in the Open. 2023, I made it to like the top 10% in the world, and then made it to quarterfinals.
Come on.
1 year, and that was a lot. But I was training, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night.
Wow.
You know, yeah. So I was like, I'm going to the games. That was my goal.
Come on.
And so now, you know, with me realizing, okay, my start, other people have that same story somewhere. Like, hey, maybe, you know, they were super lean, super skinny. Hey, I want to put on some muscle. Hey, you know, I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm trying to do this, right? How can I take what I've learned and pass that on to other people, right? So as I was focusing more on that, hey, something's got to give. So now, like I said, this is fast forward and fast track. I'm an hour, you know, and I do what I love to do. So if I do, you know, a CrossFit workout, great. If I do more of a hypertrophy day, great. If I do some strength conditioning, great. Whatever feels good, I can move good, look good, I'm doing that, you know. But the more weight, the more responsibility that you have, you know, you still have to prioritize your health. Don't put yourself on the back burner, right? Still, you got to pivot. It's the best way I tell people. You got to pivot and adapt to the season that you're in. Yeah. A lot of people, they compare themselves to where they were, right? I don't compare myself to 12-year-old Aiden. Why? I'm not doing what 12-year-old Aiden is doing anymore. That's okay. A lot of like college athletes.
It'd be kind of weird if you were.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do 12-year-olds do? Legos?
Right. Eat a lot and play video games. Yeah. Look, hold that.
What?
Hold this right here. Yeah. Like feel that.
That's very uncomfortable for
I know.
me.
So that's from multiple years of abuse from playing Call of Duty and video games. Yeah. No, there's trigger fingers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's not
I
going
didn't know
away.
what was happening
Yeah, it's
when that
maybe
happened.
double jointed. I don't know. Yeah, but look, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did get off the bus after working out. Yeah, progressive chicken noodle soup, pizza rolls, and then, all right, boys, where we going?
Yeah.
Like, what we doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not getting that time back, but
Probably not.
Halo, Call of Duty was great. Good times.
That's funny.
Good times.
What? So you mentioned that you were bullied. I mean, was it like brutal? Like, because I mean, yeah, I've seen it happen. Heard awful stories. Been a part of it myself. Like, was it like awful, or was it like, oh, Dinkle? You know, that's not really getting bullied. Being made fun of you for your last name.
So like public school, went to public school, and it was majority black school, and it was me, my buddy Dustin, my buddy Daniel. You know, we were the only white kids there. You know, and during this time, like, I was short, I was white. Dustin was heavier set white. You know, and then I mean Daniel was kind of like in between. You know, so it was like just verbal abuse and like just belittling, and every person that bullies, it stems from something.
Sure.
It's not their fault.
Yeah.
There's a root cause to why they're doing what they're doing.
Right.
You know, it comes from maybe an insecurity, right, or jealousy.
For
right?
sure.
And so me not knowing at the time, like the kid was getting bullied at the house. You know, and then one day, like me and my dad literally went there and was like, "Hey, like what's going on? Like it needs to stop."
Yeah.
You know? And then we became really good friends after that.
Wow.
You know,
Was it because you just stood up, or you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like you don't pick on my friends either. So like
Yeah.
I would stand up for Dustin, I'd stand up for my buddy Javon and stuff, you know, and then it became like physical. And
Yeah.
so that's where I was like, okay, we're gonna do hop keto, we're gonna get in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, at least on the outside, okay, hey, don't mess with Aiden. Like he's a little firecracker. You
Yeah.
know? Dynamites come in small packages, you know.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. But no, I mean, other than that, like it was, you know, it was an interesting environment, but it was like after, like I think 5th grade, I was like, Mom, look, we got to do something, man. Like it's just a bad place, you know, like people just cussing the teachers out for no reason, like in the middle of the class. I was like, this isn't.
So it's like affecting your education.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just got to be something better.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, hey, I'm going to do homeschool or I'm going to go to Dutchtown, but we're in Emerville Parish, so I didn't know if we could do that. And then they opened the MSA East, so it's like an academy, like a magnet school.
Okay.
You know? So I was like, we're going there.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was more open to like more people. So it was a good mix of everybody, you know, and it's more focused on education. Like, hey, you have to have a certain grade point average, like, in order to be here.
Right.
You know? And then my buddies came with me, you know, so it was like everybody was, hey, if you're going, we're going with you, you know.
Yeah.
But, and I loved it, man. Lots of great memories, lots of good times, middle school and high school. So 6th through 12th, I was at MSA, and I was that guy at school, you know, that like generally cared about people. Hey, man, bro, how was your weekend? Hey, bro, like what's going on? You know, stuff like that. Always going up to people, seeing how they were doing. At lunchtime, you know, we'd hang out or whatever. And there was one time we had a student conference at Healing Place, and I had Chris Durso, he spoke, and I remember writing down like start a Bible study, and I was like, okay, I don't know what that looks like, I don't know how it's going to happen, you know, but I'm writing it down. No joke, Chad. I get back to school like once after the weekend was over, and my English teacher was like, hey, you know, one of the students, you know, she passed away in her sleep. Yeah, she just didn't wake up. It might have been a medical issue, might have been something. But she brought up the idea of, hey, like, if one of you guys wanted to start some kind of group that, like, kind of gets together, you know, it has to be student-led.
Yeah.
You know, she mentioned a group that she was in when she was in school. It was called Agape, which means God's love, you know. And I was like, God, if this is, this is what you meant, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do it, you know. And it literally started me and two buddies, you know, Kevin and Javon. We would get together at lunch on Wednesdays, 20 minutes, and started in Romans. So we like read. It was like, all right, what you got out of it? All right, what'd you get out of it?
Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
All right, I think we should pray. And got any specific prayer requests? Anybody?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And bro, that grew from 2
cool.
to like 20.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you, agnostic, atheist, Baptist, Catholic, Pentecostal, everybody.
Wow.
You know, and people would see us there. So during lunch hour, you have about 20, 25 minutes. So people would see us leaving and going to the classroom with our plates, and they're like, bro, where are y'all going? Like, what are
That's
y'all
really
doing?
cool. Yeah.
You know, I was like, hey, bro, we're just having a little Bible study, dude. Like,
Wow.
come check it out.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about peace. You know, if you're
Yeah.
feeling a little anxious, you know, based on what you told me on Monday, dude, I think you love it, man.
That's
You
really
know?
cool, man.
And we just, like I said, we just loved everybody, met them where they're at.
Yeah.
Some students, you know, I remember just having more deeper conversations with them, either in between classes or whatever, to dive more into the time. But
Yeah.
I can remember times where, you know, we're praying and like literally people are waiting on the outside of the class, you know, to come in the classroom. And I was like, all right, we got to wrap it up. You know,
Right.
but, like, this is so awesome. you
That's
know?
wild. That's
And
awesome.
me and my buddy Adam, we helped co-lead it. So at first we called it Faith Club. Then God gave me a vision at a summer camp. So there is 28 chapters in Acts, correct? Right? But at the end of Acts, it says they went into all the world.
Yeah.
Acts 29. We are the next chapter.
Right. Oh, I like that.
That's what we called it. Yeah. Because people really, wait, I thought there was 28 chapters. That's right. But we're the next one. Yeah.
Man, people come up with some great names for groups like that and some funny names for them.
Yeah.
One of my favorite names for a small group that I've ever heard in my life, it was a scrapbooking group called Faith Booking. And it sounds like you can't say certain...
Welcome to Faith Book.
Yeah, we're going to Faith Book. It's Faith Booking. Man, I've never, every time I think of small groups, like right when you started saying it, I'm thinking Faith Booking. I got a buddy of mine that he can't say certain letters.
It's not his fault.
It's not, but it's Faith Booking.
Yeah. You think I have a lift? Yeah. No, like a lift of stuff to get.
Right. Angel's so my wife, Angel, is a speech pathologist.
Oh.
She has her master's degree in speech pathology. So she won't think this part is funny at all.
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I have a speech therapist I train. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she works with like the special needs kids and stuff and helps them to, you know, speak better.
Oh yeah, I had no idea.
Speak gooder.
When Angel's first job out of college was at a hospital, and you know, part of their, I would have never guessed this, is teaching people how to swallow again. And so, like, if you had surgery or whatever, had a stroke, she actually worked with that. And then she moved it through the school system, and you know, one of her favorite things she did was work with autistic kids and teaching them on, like, it's helping them with social skills and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's a pretty broad, practice or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
So speaking of, you know, I have a wife. You have a boo thing.
She did. She is my boo thing.
You have a boo thing.
She's my baby girl. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, no, I got a fiance, but I'd never met her. I'm like, okay, this dude says he's got a fiance, but you know, and she's always working. Okay.
Some people thought it was AI.
Yeah, I was like, Angel, I don't think that he really has a fiance. I think he's just like telling us that. But then we met her.
Yeah.
And she is a gem. She is fantastic. Girl.
Priceless.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So y'all are going to get married in March?
March 7th.
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's happening. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so she lives in Homa? Is that right?
Yeah.
Works in Thibodeau.
Works in Thibodeau. Yeah. Yeah.
But then she's going to be relocating. Hopefully y'all are going to live in the same area.
Peeville, yeah.
Okay.
Prairieville.
Y'all live in the same area together
Yes.
once you're married.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good way to do it.
The right
you
way
know?
to do it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
One might say the biblical way to do it.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's super sweet. And I know y'all shared y'all story, a great story of how y'all met and everything.
Yeah. The Lord, if you trust God and the plans that He has for you, then you don't have to worry or stress.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to microwave what God has for you, and you just, the crock pot always tastes better.
Yeah.
It takes longer.
Yeah.
But it tastes better.
That's right.
You know, and I can genuinely say without a shadow of a doubt that this is the crock pot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if there's, of all the things that you can try to control in your life, that is not one you want to control.
No.
You want God to give you the woman that God has for you, that He has for you. Because I'll tell you, man, I have walked with some people through some terrible marriages, and that is a miserable situation.
Yeah. Outside of Jesus, that is probably the most important decision you ever make.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, because everything will flow. out of that.
Yeah, 100%. Now, y'all are a great match, and I'm excited for y'all. And,
Thanks, brother.
You asked for my address, so hopefully we get invited to the wedding.
Yes.
But, I don't want to assume that.
Right, yeah. No, you're in.
Is your mom planning it?
No, she's not allowed to do anything.
Oh, that was potential for some bridezilla situations. Mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. Your mom's the expert.
Yes.
Candace doesn't know anything about planning a wedding. Your mom knows everything about planning a wedding.
Correct.
But she's like, nope. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all set some boundaries.
I know my mama, and I told her this. We talked. I was like, hey, I know you, and you know you.
Right.
Okay, you need to just be there to just enjoy the wedding.
That's awesome. So she's probably actually looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
She'll be judging the heck out of it,
Well,
but she'll keep it to herself.
As you should.
Yeah, she'll keep it to herself.
Because
she'll be mature
she does
about
a
it.
phenomenal job. She is one of the hardest working people I know.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main reasons why, because you've always just, put on weddings, been in weddings, all this stuff, but just be in the moment.
Yeah.
Cherish it.
Yeah.
Because that's my mama, man.
Heck yeah.
And
heck yeah.
I'm going to be, like I said, it was our family. Now this is going to be me and Candace's family.
Yeah.
We're going to be building our family.
That's right. New traditions, some
That's
pass
right.
on, some we
That's
create.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So just want it to be, special for everybody,
Yeah.
And I think your marriage is the most important thing. Wedding's going to be awesome. Wedding's going to be great celebration. But we have to prioritize what God is bringing together, And a lot of young people, they rush the whole process. Like, who am I going to marry? Okay, we're going to marry, we're going to get a house, then we're going to get kids, then we're going to get kids on this, and then we're going to do this, we're going to get a new job. You're adding so much on your plate at one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm strong, but I ain't that strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus hey, let's plan, let's prepare to the best of our ability. Now, life happens, right? And God may shift things and do certain things, and that's okay. But you'd rather prepare the best of your ability, in whatever season of life you're in, and both you be on the same accord. Okay, this is what we want.
Yeah. Right.
So
Totally.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah. So March, that's coming up.
It is.
It's crazy. They already got Halloween stuff at Sam's right now. It's like these years keep flying.
Yeah.
They actually have Halloween stuff for next year out right now.
Yes.
It's like, they
ridiculous.
got Halloween for this year, and then they have next year.
Yeah.
Already.
What are you dressing up as?
I don't do that.
You don't do that?
No. I hadn't dressed up. It was because my family used to, they would all go to my sister's house. My sister moved to Ruston, which, remains a sore subject for everybody in our family.
Right.
Dinkles don't leave, but she left. She became a guy's man and left. But, they would have these get-togethers at our house, and everybody dress up. I was like, I'm an adult. I'm not dressing up. And so I think the most dressed up I have been in 10 years is I wore a referee polo.
All right.
I was like, I saw it in my closet. I was like, I guess I'll be a referee. So I put on that polo, and that was it. It was with jeans and tennis shoes. I didn't even have a whistle,
Not even a yellow flag.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you were a ref for Halloween? I was like,
Sure.
I didn't try to sell it because I don't even know anything about sports. Like it's embarrassing how little I know about sports.
Really?
Oh, and I love going to Pelicans games. I go to probably on average, probably about 10 a year, or so, which I know there's a lot more games than that. But I mean, I don't even know what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
I almost won our fantasy football league last year.
Oh, really?
And I had no idea. No, I had no idea what I was doing.
Well, I almost won. Yeah, we did it. Me and my friends, we did one of the things for one of the basketball deals.
Right.
And I just picked, my bracket was based off my favorite mascots. Right. And I actually did pretty good for a while. And they all knew I knew nothing about sports.
What if this year I just picked the most jacked guys?
Yeah.
Literally no stats whatsoever.
Yeah,
just okay, that guy looks jacked.
He's got some nice
Or just
biceps.
just look up all their individual stats, of their weightlifting, and just pick it off of that. Yeah. Like their, what is it, the combine? Yeah, like how many reps at 225 they can do.
Right.
Okay, that guy's on my team. Yeah. And only base it off of that and see what happens. I might do that.
That's a good idea.
But pretty much as a kid, we would dress up as Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Green Lantern, Hulk, Mario, Luigi. That's what we did, man, as kids. Like
Yeah.
imagination. I grew up in the age where we played outside, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I also never wanted to get in trouble. So there were
Yeah.
times where we were playing, you know, superheroes, and I'd accidentally punch someone in the face.
Yeah.
Then they start crying. I'm like, hey, hit me in the face. Please just don't tell on me.
Right.
I'm dead serious. Or like you accidentally kick
Yeah.
somebody in the balls. Hey, kick me in the balls.
Yeah.
Just please don't tell on me.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to get in trouble. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but I just didn't. You know, I was like literally inflict pain upon me instead of telling on me. I just
Wow.
did not want to get in trouble.
I didn't have that. It never bothered me to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of enjoyed it.
You enjoyed getting in trouble.
Yeah, I enjoyed the experience of it.
Okay.
You know, just navigating through
Yeah.
how I'm getting out of this, how I'm
Right.
talking my way out of this, and I got really good at it.
You okay? All right.
I remember in, I must have been in 8th or 9th grade, this friend of mine and I got in a fight in class. I think he like tried to take my seat, and you know, high school and
Right.
elementary, it's almost like prison. Like you don't
No. Yeah, you don't do that.
take my role. You don't
No.
you don't disrespect me. It really like, so he sat in my seat.
Oh.
And I'd already sat there. I got up to get some water. I came back and he's in my seat, and I couldn't allow that disrespect to
This
be.
is disrespectful. Yeah.
So we got in a fight. We're on our way to the principal's office. I said, "Hey, bro," I said, "Look, listen to me. Let me do the talking."
So now we're on the same team.
And he
Because
goes-
we both don't
and
wanna
he
get in
knew,
trouble.
he
Yeah,
knew.
yeah,
and so
yeah.
we get to the office,
Okay.
and I had a great relationship with the principal. I love this dude to this day. He is like
Yeah.
just someone I admire. He's so kind to me. And so, hey, his name's Brother Wayne Austin. I said, "Hey, Brother Wayne."
Brother Wayne
He
was the
my
principal?
He was my principal.
What?
Yeah, he's the only reason I like graduated from Christian Life Academy, because he didn't kick me out.
Brother Wayne is amazing.
Yeah, and so I said, "Hey, Brother Wayne." So
That's
man,
awesome.
it's just the nature of his name was Kyle. Just the nature of Kyle and my relationship. We've just like,
Messing
and he's like,
around.
"Get back to class, boy."
I can hear him now. The power of the Holy Spirit says
Oh
that.
man,
All right.
I remember one day I went to the office. You know, in every single class,
Yeah.
I got sent to the principal's office. I think by the second to the last time, I was like, I got to finish strong, and so I made sure I got sent to his office in every single class for one thing after another, and he knew the teachers kind of, it was my reputation. The
Right.
teachers just had enough of me,
Right.
and he knew they'd send me to the office for silly things, and so he didn't take much of it serious. But if he was out of town or like not at school, and I had to deal with Mr. Prentice, the associate or the assistant
Assistant
principal,
principal? Yeah.
that's when I was in trouble.
Oh.
They actually created, I'm proud of this. I mean, the school is no more, but
Right.
they created in-school suspension for me.
For you.
So I was the first person to be in school suspended.
Wow. At a Christian life. At
Yeah,
Christian
and
life.
so they put me in this room by myself, and I had to do all my schoolwork because they knew it's not going to hurt his feelings to be sent home. He's good with that. I think they called my mom. She goes, "Well, don't send him home. That's what he wants."
Right.
So so I had to sit in this classroom all day for like a week, and I'd escape sometimes, but then the next year they turned it into a program called In-School Healing.
Oh.
I wish they would have named it after me. That would have been amazing. But I got sent there a whole bunch of times, and I got story after story what happened in that room, because I spent a lot of time in school.
Spent a lot of time.
In school and suspension. I never once got suspended
Wow.
where I got sent home.
No, they were like, yeah, he's not going home.
Yeah, he's not going home. We're not letting him go home.
So there was a guy, so his name was Jody Thorsky. So this may have been first, second grade. Yeah. So we were talking, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I can come over to play today?" I was like, "Absolutely, you can. Yeah. You talked to your parents?" "Absolutely, I did. They said yes, 100%. Yeah."
Right.
So I get home, and then, I asked Dad, and he said, "Well, not today, buddy. We got so-and-so going on. We got blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Okay." And literally not even maybe a minute later, Jody Thorsky's mom pulls up in the parking lot, and
To drop him off.
Dad's like, "Hey, what's going on, Jody? How you doing, man?" He said, "As soon as he leaves, yeah, you getting a butt whipping."
Oh, wow.
And Jody, you never guessed, man. Hey, Dad said you can actually stay as long as you want. He said you can spend the night. Yeah.
He wants you to move in.
So I did not get beat as much, honestly. Like I was voted most adaptable in high school.
Really?
Yeah,
Most
my
adaptable.
theater teacher. Yeah, he said, "Look, any correction I gave you, you just boom, and then got better." Most people took longer to get it.
Yeah.
Me, I was like, "Okay, don't do that. Gotcha. Never do it again." Yeah. So Never had a problem. Like
That's a
after
great quality. And in fact, when,
Yeah.
we just hired you to be our youth pastor.
Yeah.
When I was talking to, some of the staff and pastors around Healing Place, teachability was one of the things they said you were excellent at.
Oh.
So, that's a wise thing to be, is teachable. I can't stand when someone's like, oh, I know how to do that. I know how to do that. And you're like, okay. And then they screw it up. It's like, just let me teach you.
Just let me teach you.
Even if you know how to do it, let me just show you. It makes me feel better as a leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
So adaptability,
teachability, coachability, all that same trait is what I strive to be. I'm never going to be the person that's like, I know everything.
Yeah.
Because then you stop growing.
That's true.
I only credit the reason I'm as good as a coach as I am is because I had great coaches.
Yeah.
And I still do.
Yeah.
And I'm always learning, always growing. Okay, how can I get better? How can I get better? How can I get better?
Yeah.
Versus like, oh yeah, I know everything. Yeah, I've been doing this. No, I got this.
Yeah.
Now there's okay being proud to the point like, okay, I've accomplished all this and I'm an expert in the field because I have over 10,000 hours of training people on the floor.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no, I know my stuff.
Yeah.
And then same deal with youth. Like I couldn't tell you how many youth services I've been a part of, how many youth services I've been in, how many summer camps, how many internships, how many camps that I've served at and been in and helped. So I have experience in the field.
Yeah.
But if you've been doing this longer and you know something I don't know, well, teach me. Like I want to learn that and put it in my tool belt.
Yeah.
My goal is to collect all the infinity stones.
Absolutely.
All the tools in the tool belt.
Yeah.
Because it's only going to make not only us better.
Yeah.
You get the validation of, okay, I taught somebody something, and I get better at the craft.
Yeah.
And then we get to help more people. We get to help more students. We get to help more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
Yeah, no, that's good. And I'm not a nerd, but the infinity stones go here, don't they? You put them on your belt.
Yeah.
That's not where they go.
No, but we're going to hold on to them because if you put them in the glove, then you snap, and then we don't want to do that. Yeah.
No, I like that, and that's how I carry myself. I mean, there's things that I am fully confident in, and I am an expert in. But even in those environments where there's others around, I'm not, pumping my own ego just because, it's like, I'm a part of the team, you know, and I think people appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me about youth because, look, most pastors were either a worship leader or they were a youth pastor, and I was neither of those things. I don't have a lot of experience in youth ministry. I was actually dismissed from the youth ministry. I was given an ultimatum. Either you can straighten up and behave, or you can just stop coming. And I was like, there's only one of those things I can do. And so I didn't come anymore.
Right.
And I was, in their defense, the youth pastor, I would get my bad friends to come, which is being a bringer, which is what they ask you to do, right? We would sit on the front row and kind of haggle and is it haggle or heckle? It's heckle. It's heckle. Haggle is trying to get the prices down.
Haggle is trying to get the prices down.
We would try to make his life miserable. And so we would heckle him. And so talking all through service and cutting up. We were bad in church too. My brother and I were famous for being so bad in church. I mean, one time we were in church and him and I were fooling around. Pastor Dino Rizzo stops in the middle of an altar call.
Oh.
Dinkles. Stop it.
Wow.
I was like,
I can see and hear him saying that.
We are going to die after this. My parents are going to kill us. So yeah, I got kicked out of the youth group.
Holy cow.
So like what makes a good youth group? What's kind of like a plan, a vision, a dream? What's important? Yeah, well share just some, off the cuff. You don't even have to answer those questions.
Yeah.
Off the cuff, like what's some thoughts?
I'll start with what made a difference in my life.
Yeah, I like that.
And then how we can translate it to what the youth is looking for today. So in my case, like I grew up going to church, 9:00 service. Hey boy, wake up. We're going to church. Okay. Yeah. So that was just what we did.
Right.
It wasn't, okay, maybe, okay.
Wasn't
not
optional.
Feeling too good. No, like
your parents did a good job. My parents were the same way.
That's just what we do.
Yeah.
And so, but my why was, there's donuts there. Oh, there's, okay, yeah.
Right.
So, okay, we go get donuts, right? So then we're sitting in church service, and then I remember the purple chairs. I remember, Dad like raising his hands in worship, and I was like, what is that? What does that do?
Yeah.
Like, So, but the habit of going to church and then him teaching me about the Bible, him teaching me, hey, like this is Revelations. This is what's going to happen to you if you don't accept Jesus.
Wow.
Okay, so it comes a point in every young man's life, you're going to live for the Lord or live for the devil. What's it going to be? And I was like, I'm going to choose the winning team. Because, I have Star Wars in my head. I've got, the light versus the dark side. I was like, okay, I'm going to choose the light side. Like, I want to be on God's team. So then started to go to youth, right? So I was going to, it was Epic or Devoted. And one of my first services, I didn't know anybody, but I walk in there and I just felt welcomed. I felt loved. I felt appreciated. I felt seen, and one of my buddies, Adam, he came up to me and said, hey, man, are you in a small group? And I was like, I don't know what a small group is. And it's like a joke. Like, is it like a group? Are you
about to get beat up with my Miyagi-Do?
Yeah, is it a group of small people? Like, what is it?
And you're inviting me and I'm going to punch you in the face.
Right. So he's like, no, man, dude, it's like a Bible study. We meet every Monday, at my house, we have some food. We just hang out, And I was like, dude, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, ask my dad, So was going to youth services, right? So now you're around like-minded, so I'm going to bring it all full circle. So you're going to youth, you're around like-minded people that are in the same boat as you are. You're not alone.
Right.
Okay, so don't do life alone. You're not alone. Okay, and now we're going to not just go to youth service. Okay, we're going to go to a small group. We're going to dive deep into what it means to be a Christian, what it means to walk out your faith, more tailored, more niche, as a youth, right? So my dad, we'd meet Adam at Harvest, we'd hop into his Tacoma, go to his house, and that's where I met, some of the best guys that I know today.
That's awesome.
So Adam, Gerard, Sean, Papa Moose, all these different people, like I met in those, Jonas. I met Jonas Butte there,
Jonas is a weird kid.
He's unique.
He's a weird,
but we love him.
Weird kid.
Yeah.
I just want to emphasize how weird he is right now.
We're going to send him this episode to listen to. So, Jonas, when you listen to this, just know we love you. Okay?
But you're a weirdo.
But your dad's awesome. Craig's awesome.
He's weird, too.
Yeah.
Hope's the only normal one in that family.
Fit as I'll get out, that's for sure.
Yeah, he is. Here's that.
But I met those guys in the Bible study group, and so we'd eat, we'd hang out, talk about life, and then dive deep into God's Word.
Yeah.
And that's how you grow deep, not just grow in number. Like, we had 100 students. Okay, well, are they actually rooted in God's Word? Are they worshiping? Are they praying?
Right.
So then you go to like a summer camp. So now you're getting taken outside of your comfort zone, okay, which is where I believe God works the best, into an environment that nobody knows, to then, all right, we're going to overemphasize worship, prayer, community building, right? Stuff that kids that need.
Right.
And so this device, man, this thing right here, I got on airplane mode right now, so that way we can be intentional about our time.
Right.
So I'm saying this is just attention, voices.
It's a problem.
You see what I'm saying? And there's just so much that we then compare ourselves. You can having the best day in the world, and you just see something. And immediately destroy your mood. Completely. Because you see, so-and-so's on vacation, so-and-so's having a good time. So, and I'm sitting here like, but no, you were having the best day ever. And you just so happen to just pull this out and then compare yourself or whatever. So you take the phones away, right? You get them into an environment where all they have is God. And all they have is fellow believers, right? So then you make that a sacred moment to then, when we did internships, it's like, okay, hey, we're going diving deep even more, right? We're going to actually walk our faith out, right? So it's like actions speak louder than words, right? So we're going to go on outreaches. We're going to go serve people, right? Life is not about you. That's what you're teaching the kids, because by our own nature, we're selfish.
Right.
It's just who we are. So now you're teaching kids, okay, life ministry is not about me. It's about how can I serve other people, right? So summer camps, internships, conferences, having other environments where you can continue to pour in, and then give them outlets to pour out. It does us no good if we just have all this information, all this knowledge, all this experience, and we just keep it to ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
So growing up in youth, going to all these different things, seeing, okay, this is what made an impact in my life and made me into the leader that I am today, the pastor that I am today. How can we translate that to the youth of today? Well, we need to cultivate those same environments.
Right.
You have to cultivate an environment of growth, cultivate an environment of value to the students. Right? Make them feel seen, make them feel heard, and not just feel it, but they are.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what everybody's looking for.
Yeah.
And teaching them all of the I say the basic principles, and going back to like the point where, oh, it's youth on Wednesday. We just go to youth on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's church. Yeah, we're going to church on Sunday.
Create those
to make
healthy
it to
habits.
Make it to where it's like it's a non-negotiable.
Right.
Like brushing your teeth or going to work or going to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just needs to be a part of their lives. And I actually this week went back to the first method that I used, the soap method. You ever done that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I went back this week and I was like, bruh, it's so effective.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Scripture. Okay, this is the verse of the day. Observation. What did Aiden get out of this? Okay, out of what Aiden got out of this, how can I apply it to my life today? Right? And then turn it into a prayer.
I love it.
It took me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's teaching kids simple stuff like that, which that was 13-something years ago. It was 13 years ago. I still remember that.
Yeah.
And I have journals from all of those years.
Yeah.
So teaching them how to journal, teaching them how to write their thoughts down, teaching them how to eremus, which I studied like last week, which was the quiet place or solitude.
Yeah.
They already feel alone. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between being alone and being intentional one-on-one time with God.
Yeah.
You can be alone and be on your phone. You can be alone and watch a show and watch Netflix and stuff that's not bringing value to your life.
Yeah.
It's not something that's bringing you closer to Jesus. Or we can eremus, we can sit with God and meditate on His Word and just maybe some days just worship.
Yeah.
Right? And just write down your thoughts. Write how you're feeling. If it's pain, write it down.
Right.
If it's stress, write it down.
Yeah.
And dissect it and bring it to the feet of Jesus. And I guarantee you're going to feel a whole lot better.
Yeah.
So it's teaching the kids. And so the statistic, is if they come to know Jesus before they go into college, they're more often than not going to stick with Him.
Wow.
But once you're going to college, you're exposed to all these different worldviews, all these different beliefs, all these different systems and philosophies and all this stuff, which I was studying today. All the different religions, they're like, I know the way.
Yeah.
Oh, come. I know the way. I know the way. I know the way. Jesus said, I am the way.
Yeah.
I am the truth. I am the life. Only way to the Father is through me.
Yeah.
And no other religion does their king or their God came down to leave their holiness, their sanctity, and die for His people.
Yeah.
And not only die, but rise again 3 days later.
Yep.
For us, for our benefit, right? So this morning it was like salvation is free. It's a gift.
Yeah.
You receive it. But it takes work. It takes work to maintain it.
Absolutely.
Just like working out.
Discipline.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, all right, I signed the membership. Okay, hey, no, I'm committing to I am becoming a healthy person.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to take work.
Yeah.
If you truly want to become that.
Yeah.
Right? You have to work out. I'd say at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Right.
You have to eat right at least 80% of the time.
Right.
Right? There are certain principles that as a healthy person you have to follow if you want to maintain this lifestyle.
Right.
As a Christian, as a Christ follower, there are certain principles and lifestyles that you have to maintain if you want to maintain the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You have to. It's a non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
Worship, prayer, community, like being in the church. There's like, I don't go to church because blah, 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 blah. I said, you need to fellowship with believers.
Yeah.
In whatever capacity that looks like. You need to. You have to. You cannot do this by yourself.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't do it by Himself.
Yeah.
He had 12.
Yeah, I think, that word non-negotiable, that's something that Angel and I use with pre-marriage counseling because we've realized, having non-negotiables in your marriage and your life, I mean, it's essential to being successful in life. I mean, non-negotiables in your life, like, hey, I'm going to, get into the gym. I'm going to eat right. Like,
Or I will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to is that's
true. That's putting it off. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That still
I'm
leaves
going
the maybe.
to start my diet tomorrow.
I intend to.
Yeah.
That's a better
I like that
wordage.
But so many people, I find it fascinating, or I don't quite get the whole church hurt culture. Like, I've been hurt in church so many times,
Right.
but I can't say that I have any like gaping wounds from like. People have hurt my feelings. People have offended. I've had, leaders handle things poorly. I've been, people have dropped the ball, but like, I don't get, I think maybe for myself, it's because, you have to be high grace because I know how imperfect of a human I am.
Right.
That maybe I don't have ridiculous expectations for leaders. You know what I mean? Like
That makes sense. No, that actually makes perfect sense. Yeah.
I mean, I can list off, not for the effort of keeping records of wrongs, but things like, hey, man, this was offensive. This hurt my feelings. But never for one moment was it like, I've been hurt. I'm not going anymore. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, let's equate it to the gym. Okay, like that's like saying, okay, one time you dropped the weight on your foot. Okay, I'm just not going anymore.
Yeah. Or this old lady took my machine today.
Right.
It's
Dude, that actually happened to a buddy of mine.
It happened to me this morning.
Right.
And I'm like, lady.
So are you just not going to go to the gym anymore?
No, I waited for her to move, and then I was like, hey, you mind if I work in? I'm on this machine. I'm like, my phone is literally right there on the machine, lady.
Right.
And one time, I have mean thoughts. I don't know if you have mean thoughts. One time, this lady took my machine, and she was doing like a workout that's like fine tuning.
Okay.
It's like, lady, you can't see any of that stuff right now. Like,
Right.
you need to be on the treadmill right now,
Right.
not on this.
No.
It ain't time to tweak.
No.
It's time to
Yeah.
I have mean thoughts.
So what machine were you using?
Today was the leg extensions.
Okay, so you're doing leg extensions. So what are we working?
So I was trying to superset leg extensions and shoulder press.
Okay.
Which I'm
so
gonna
leg
go-
extensions is working.
Yeah.
Quads.
Quads.
Front of the leg.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoulder press is working.
Correct.
What?
Your shoulders.
Okay.
And it's pecs. It's like
Sure.
standing shoulder
100%.
press is a lot of stuff.
So what machine was she took?
She took the leg extensions, which is across the gym. I get that. But I'm like doing my shoulder press because I'm doing lightweight because I hurt my shoulder. I'm doing them so fast, like
Right.
faster than someone can get water, or about the time you can get water, or do your little scrolling thing that people do.
That people do, right?
Yeah,
they do 5 sets of 10 of
but
scrolling.
So I left my phone on the seat of the machine.
Oh.
She picks it up and and moves it.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's this whole group of ladies. This wasn't this morning. This was last week. And so I said, ma'am, I'm on that machine. She goes, you're not allowed to save machines.
What was her name? Karen?
She was Karen. So then I said, ma'am,
Sheila?
I'm supersetting. So yeah, I'm using two. I had my phone right there. But of course, I'm trying to be nice. I'm like,
Right.
oh, and then they start talking about me. Angel's there too. So
Oh.
her only time visiting my gym. She'll never go back.
Right.
So she sees these ladies and they're like whispering. Then I'm on the treadmill. I see her go tell on me to the manager.
Oh.
And I didn't even I just patiently waited.
Right.
It's crazy.
So
That was
here's,
gym hurt.
Here's some of the lessons here. Okay, so one, leg extensions. What's it working? Quads. Okay. Off the top of my head, I can do goblet squats. Off the top of my head, I can do some type of squat. I can do elevated heel goblet squats, like something that's low spinal loading, but that's still going to work the quads. If it comes down to that, hey, ma'am, you go ahead and have that.
Oh,
machine.
and just go do something else.
That's what I'm saying. If it's just me, I got stuff that's more important to do. My energy is so valuable that I'm not going to give you what you want. So to her, she felt more powerful over you by doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give her my energy.
Well, I made her get off.
That's what I'm saying.
The truth is, I wasn't gracious. I said, ma'am, I'm on this machine.
Right. So then
So
the other route is, hey, ma'am, I got one more set left. If you wouldn't mind, can I just do my one more set and you can have it as long as you want?
But then I'm asking for something that was already mine.
Correct. You know that, and I know that.
Yeah.
But they want to feel, like we talked about earlier, validated,
Mind control.
affirmed.
Yeah.
They want to feel, because she doesn't get that at home, or she doesn't get that in her workplace.
Yeah.
So it's understanding where the person is, where they're coming from.
Absolutely.
Right? Call it
I need to
empathy.
be more pliable. Like, that's a good idea. Like, jump into, because the app that I use, I can put the little drop down menu. It'll tell me other things I can use. I'm just so regimented. I try not to make friends at the gym. I try to just be by myself.
Right.
Should knock it out. So I'm going to be more flexible.
Yeah.
I wasn't mean to her. I just, got my machine back.
Yeah. But back to the church hurt thing.
Yeah.
People are people by nature.
Yeah.
There is no perfect person.
No.
We killed him.
Yeah,
Okay. We crucified him.
That's right.
Okay. So it is, I say, shame on us if we try to put these expectations on people that, like, yes, as a pastor, you will be judged more harshly. So I am fearful towards, like, pastors that, get into sexual immorality or adultery or
Absolutely.
What is it, benevolence of money or whatever, like, because of God's judgment.
Sure.
You don't need to worry about people judging you.
Yeah.
People are going to do that either way.
Yeah.
But no, you should be fearful in a good way of God, the fear of the Lord.
Yeah.
needs to be anchored in you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so church hurt, like, there is no perfect church.
Right.
Because it's made up of imperfect people.
100%.
And you can't put people on a pedestal. You cannot do that to yourself.
No.
Right? So,
You're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Correct. You need to be focusing on you and your specific relationship with God.
Absolutely.
And you need to focus on a growth track.
Yeah.
Okay? Going to church will help you grow.
100%.
Reading the Bible will help you grow.
Yeah.
Worship, prayer, all of the foundational things will help you grow.
Yeah.
Why are you going to let what someone else is doing affect that for you?
Yeah.
You're hurting
totally.
yourself. You need
Absolutely.
to take full accountability of your actions. The only thing I can control, Chad, is what I do.
That's right.
That is it. My inputs and my outputs.
Yep.
That is the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fruit, self-control. That's the last fruit of the Spirit.
That's right.
Right? That's all I have.
Yep. I love it.
So, yeah, if Karen wants to take the machine at the gym, okay,
Let
guess
her.
what? I'm going to go work my legs another way. Because I got other things that are important.
That's a mature approach. Yeah.
It's being, like I said, it's being the bigger person.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
I look up to a lot of people, mainly because of my height, but, it's okay. Yeah.
I heard this quote the other day. I know we need to wrap this, but it says, if you're constantly having to be the bigger person, you're surrounding yourself with small people. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So, and, picking on the old lady at gym. Because if it was one of those big swole dudes, I probably just would have been like,
Right.
I would have taken the machine back too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're not going to fight you.
So 2 stories. Well, one's the story and then tying it into what you just said. So me and my buddy Herman were working out the other day. This was a Thursday, and I got it on video. But we're doing some curls on the curl rack, right? And I'm telling you, like, he puts them down to rest, shake out his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Guy is like walking behind, like kind of like eyeballing and stuff.
Like a shark.
As Herman's about to grab the weights again, dude just snatches them. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I'm telling you, I watched it on video. In the moment, I was like, oh, he was just being blah blah blah. No, like literally snatched it. Herm's doing this, and he was doing like chest or chest fire, whatever. So then Herm grabs, the heavier weights, and bruh just starts. No gym etiquette. No
Yeah.
gym etiquette.
Yeah.
This is not your gym.
Right.
You have to be respectful.
Yeah.
You have to ask. It's okay to ask, right? Because guess what? Everybody's here trying to get better.
That's right.
Everybody's here trying to
Yeah.
get better. And there's always substitutes. There's always different variations that you can do. But let's go back to culture. Okay, we want to surround ourselves. The top 5 people that you surround yourself with, that's who you're going to act like. That's who
right.
you're going to walk like. That's who you're going to talk like.
Yeah.
You're going to share the same values, the same vision. So I would rather spend more of my time, energy, and effort surrounding myself with people that want to grow, that want to get better,
So good.
that
Yeah.
want to stretch their capacity,
Yeah.
right? Now, I have friends and I have people that, like, I love, I genuinely do, but I'm just not going to go out of my way to hang out because you're not growing.
Right. Oh, it's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
hey,
it's detrimental.
you got my number. Like,
Yep.
you need anything?
Always here for you.
Doors always
Yeah.
open. Porch
Yeah.
lights on.
Yep.
But I want this.
Yep.
God's put this in my life, and I want to grow. I want to, continue to do excellence. I want to
Yeah.
have a spirit of excellence everywhere I go.
I love it. That's so good.
Yeah.
Well, dude, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate the man that you are. I'm so thankful that you're going to be investing in my boys and the other youth of the church. And you're a stand-up guy. Got a great reputation for a good reason. I'm super thankful to have you with us. But any closing thoughts or anything before we wrap this bad boy up?
I'd say the biggest thing is, in order to become the person you are trying to become, what systems, what habits, what disciplines do you need to be doing in order to become that way? And if you got 1% better today over the course of a year, that's a lot.
That's good. Makes it not so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then okay, I'm doing the things. Now, some days it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I just want it now. Oh, man, just because of instant gratification.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the society that we live in. Everything's now. Versus no, I am doing the things.
Yeah.
It's continuing to do the things over and over and over again and showing up.
Yeah.
Regardless as if you feel like it or not. Regardless as if you had.
Consistency is everything.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Whether you had the best night's sleep ever, whether you had the worst night's sleep ever.
Yeah.
It's still, okay, God, hey, I'm giving you my morning.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm going to work out. even if, it's not the best workout.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, hey, all the clients I got to train today. All right, I have to be intentional. I have to ask questions. Hey, how was your day? Hey, how was your weekend? Hey, I can't show up. All right, give me 10 stats.
Right.
All right, give me this.
Yeah.
Same deal at youth. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't be like, all right, Tommy, how was your week? Like, how was it? No, hey, Tommy, dude, tell me about whatever. Tell me about the fish you caught. Tell me about the game you've been playing. Right? Regardless of if my cat died, regardless of if my grandpa passed away, it doesn't matter. I cannot allow what's outside affecting what God has called me to do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That'd be it.
Well, dude, I appreciate you. Appreciate, you coming to be a part. The only thing I don't get is the cat thing, but I'm gonna love you anyway.
That's right.
Because that's what we're called to do.
Because that is what we're called to do.
That's what we're called to do: is love people despite their differences, their weird tendencies, their quirks. And, so far that's the only thing I see wrong with you. Your little Kiki. You just keep loving your little Kiki.
It's Titus, man.
Titus.
King Titus. He's amazing. Yeah. Takes care of himself. He really does. He's taking a nap right now. I said, must be nice. Must be
Cats
nice.
are vicious animals, man.
He is loyal, a loyal companion. He eats, sleeps, chases maybe his tail. His tail is actually a 90 degree. Yeah, he's a gay cat. Yeah. Yeah, he's not straight. Yeah. Adopts him from a shelter. He just loves. He just loves. That's it. I don't judge him. Who am I? Who am I to judge a beautiful, beautiful creature? It's been nothing but good to me.
Oh my gosh.
They're crying right now.
Oh man. Well, that ended on a strong note. Man, that was awesome. All right, Aiden. I love you, pal. All right, brother.
Love you too, bro.